Stop. Before you scroll past this, ask yourself one thing. When was the last time you did something completely alone? Not because you had no choice, but because you chose yourself over the noise? Most people have forgotten what that feels like. They need validation before every decision. They need applause before every step. They need an audience just to feel real. But here's the truth. The greatest men who ever walked this earth built their empires in silence. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations alone. Not for fame, not for followers, for himself. And that discipline became legendary. You are watching this because something inside you already knows. The crowd will never take you where you are meant to go. They can walk with you, but they cannot carry you. The man who walks alone walks further. The question is, are you ready to become that man? In this video, something is going to shift inside you permanently. Not a motivational trick, not a temporary rush. Something deeper. Something most people who call themselves disciplined have never actually understood. We are going to talk about solitude, but not the sad kind. The powerful kind. The kind that builds identity at the cellular level. The kind that separates legends from the forgotten. But here's what most people don't understand. Solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is a wound. Solitude is a weapon. And if you stay until the middle of this video, there is one mindset shift waiting for you that will completely rewrite how you see your own path. Most people skip the part that actually changes them. Don't be most people. Because what's coming next is the philosophy that ancient warriors used to detach from weakness and attach permanently to power. Epictetus was born a slave. Think about that. No freedom, no choice. No power over his physical world. And yet, he became one of the most mentally liberated humans in recorded history. How? Because he discovered the single most important Stoic truth. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can absolutely control who you become because of it. He studied alone in chains. He trained his mind while others trained their complaints. And when he was finally free, he didn't run toward the crowd. He walked deeper into himself. That is the essence of what we are building today. Now ask yourself this: how much of your daily energy is spent seeking approval that was never yours to need? Most people exhaust themselves performing for audiences that don't matter. They train to be seen. They study to be praised. They laugh loudest in the room just to feel included. But here's the truth: real growth is deeply private. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth. And every night he wrote to himself. Not to his generals, not to Rome, to himself. Because he understood that the man you are in private is the only man that truly exists. Zeno of Citium stood outside the most prestigious schools of Athens. He wasn't invited. He wasn't welcomed. He sat and he listened and he thought alone. And from that solitude, he built Stoicism, one of the most powerful philosophical movements in human history. Curious how the ones who walked alone ended up leading everyone else, isn't it? This is where everything changes. When you stop chasing the validation of others and start building the version of yourself that doesn't need it. That version already exists inside you. But he's waiting in the silence you keep avoiding. Let me tell you about a man named Kirin, not a philosopher, not a king, just a 24-year-old from a small city who decided 1 year ago to stop waiting for people. He used to study in groups but ended up gossiping. He used to train with friends but ended up skipping sessions for their comfort. He used to laugh with everyone but cried alone wondering why he wasn't growing. Then one morning, he woke up, put in his earphones, walked to the park, and made a decision. Alone, he said, I will study first. I will train first. I will build first. And if anyone joins me later, good. If not, still good. 12 months later, he cleared a competitive exam 3 of his friends had also taken. He was the only one who passed. Not because he was smarter, because he was undistracted. And this is where most people fail. They think community is the path to growth. But community without individual discipline is just collective mediocrity dressed as connection. The most dangerous thing you can do right now is surround yourself with people who are comfortable with average. Their comfort will infect you. You won't even notice it happening. You'll wake up 5 years from now with their dreams replaced by their limitations. Ask yourself this: are the 5 people closest to you pushing you forward or pulling you backward? Because you are averaging their ambitions whether you want to or not. FOMO should not be about parties you're missing. Real FOMO is missing the version of yourself that was supposed to exist by now. That version was built in silence. That version was built alone. And if you are still watching, that version is still possible. If you're still watching right now, you are already different from 80% of people who clicked on this video. Most left, you stayed. That means something. That means the part of you that wants more is stronger than the part that wants comfort. This is the identity you are building, one decision at a time. And if this video is hitting something real inside you, do one thing right now. Subscribe. Not for me. For the signal it sends to your own brain that you are serious this time. Because the rest of this video contains the actual practical tools. And you will want all of them. Let's get real. Philosophy without practice is poetry. Beautiful, but useless. So here is how you actually build the walk alone, win alone lifestyle into your daily structure. First, the morning silence protocol. Before your phone. Before your notifications. Before anyone else's energy enters your mind, you get 20 minutes alone. No music, no podcast. Just you and your thoughts. Write 3 things. What you will accomplish today, what weakness you will attack today, and what you will not tolerate from yourself today. This single habit rebuilt Kieran's entire psychology within 30 days. Most people start their day reacting to the world. You will start your day constructing it. Second, train without audience. This one will test you. Go to the gym or go for a run, but do it without telling anyone. No check-in post. No workout selfie. No going to grind story. Just go. Just do. Just return. The work that nobody sees is the work that builds the most character. When you train for yourself, you push past the point where the audience would have clapped. That extra 10% is where identity is forged. Third, study in full isolation. 1 hour every single day. Phone in another room. Door closed. One subject. One deep session. Not multitasking. Not background noise. Real focus. The ancient scholars didn't have productivity apps. They had discipline and darkness and silence. And they produced work that outlived empires. You have every resource they never had. The only thing missing is the silence they never compromised. Fourth, the solitude walk. Every day, walk for 20 to 30 minutes alone. No destination required. No content in your ears. Walk and think. Let your mind process, create, and breathe. Some of history's greatest ideas arrived on walks. Nietzsche walked for hours. Darwin had a thinking path he paced daily. Your mind, when freed from noise, will surprise you with its power. Fifth, laugh alone. This sounds strange, but stay with it. Watch something that genuinely makes you laugh. Read something that delights you. Do something silly in private that brings you joy without needing anyone's reaction. Joy that doesn't require an audience is the purest joy. And that joy becomes your fuel on the days when everything feels heavy. These 5 routines, practiced consistently, practiced quietly, will compound into a completely different human being within 90 days. Here is the psychological layer that nobody talks about. When you consistently choose solitude with purpose, your nervous system begins to rewire. You stop associating silence with emptiness. You start associating it with power. This is called autonomic regulation through intentional isolation, and elite performers have used it for centuries without knowing its scientific name. Here's the deeper truth. Most people are addicted to external stimulation because they are afraid of what they will hear when everything goes quiet. They are afraid they will hear that they haven't done enough, that they've wasted time, that the gap between who they are and who they could be is enormous. But here's the reframe that changes everything. That voice is not your enemy. That voice is your most honest mentor. The discomfort you feel in silence is not emptiness. It is the sound of your potential becoming impatient. The men who built civilizations did not run from that sound. They sat with it. They let it sharpen them. Every great comeback story in history began with one person, alone, deciding to stop running from their own reflection. Are you ready to stop running? Because your greatest self is not lost. He is simply waiting in a silence you have not been brave enough to enter yet. You are not built for the crowd. You never were. The crowd follows. You were designed to lead, but leadership is forged in solitude first. Every version of you that failed was surrounded by noise. Every version of you that is possible lives in the quiet. Study alone and outthink them. Train alone and outperform them. Walk alone and outdistance them. Laugh alone and outlast them. Win alone and they will all claim they knew you. This is not arrogance. This is the ancient code. The Stoics called it virtues, inner excellence. It doesn't need witnesses. It only needs you. So here is your question for today, and I want you to answer it in the comments right now. What is one thing you have been waiting for permission or company to start that you could begin alone today? Drop it below. Let's build accountability together. If this video shifted something in you, subscribe, because every week we go deeper into Stoic wisdom, mental strength, and the psychology of becoming unbreakable. And leave a comment if you walk alone by choice. I want to know who is serious in this community. Your next video is already waiting for you on your screen. Watch it next. You are ready.